What's going on, guys? Thanks for your time and watching. This is Baro, aka Invest Mentor. Today is August 17, another Tuesday. And as usual, I mean, in the live stream today, we have limited time, but last Friday, we were talking about some of the Chinese stock, some of the like China crackdown and what's the impact on those like Chinese stock. Is there a crisis or any potential good opportunity for us to buy the dips? And but the time was short, so we couldn't cover all the things. And so today we're gonna like keep talking on the like ongoing trends for China crackdown and some of the interesting Chinese stocks, and to see if there is any room for us to take some profit. Okay, so like today, like last time, I thought all right, let me just okay, so let's have a little bit music here. And the yeah, thanks guys, thanks for your time and watching, and thanks for I mean the comment, the information in the chat room. Good morning to the I mean to everyone in the US, to those in the East Coast in New York, and good I mean it's early hours in Los Angeles in California. It's nighttime. It's around like 9:18 p.m. right now in Asia market. So yeah, good morning, good evening to everyone. And before I have some like further question, let's start from here. Like last time, I always put some like in. Okay, so like once again, like before everything, you know, I just have to like mention and over again, this channel Baro, I mean Invest Mentor, and it's like created purely for entertaining, informational, and educational purpose, without any financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. So please always do your own investment research and due diligence, and be responsible for your own trading and investment, please. And today, I mean, for the China crackdown, like as we can see, I mean, Investor Business Daily, I always like share some like interesting article and the information I just got. You know, I want to share and update you in the description box down below this video. So please always check into there for more detail when you have time. And please also never forget to hit the like and subscribe button with any of your comments and thoughts down below, so we can discuss further. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What the? I know you're. Yeah. What am I buying today? Borrow. Yeah. I think like why I'm today. I'm like, you know, just like repeating the topics and try to like organize the information more further in more detail and to share with you, because I just found it's really there might be a really great opportunity, really good multiple, really good tips for us to buy. I mean, during the China crackdown and the Chinese stock crash and pullback. Okay, so as you can see in the title, 5 best Chinese stock to buy and watch as Beijing crackdown continue. And investor, most of like American investor may know that like IBD is one of the most popular financial news media out there, and it has I mean a column to talk about some like Chinese stock like every day, and this is the one you may check into that when you have time. And in this article, it mentioned about Weibo, Sohu, Neo, BYD, and Li Auto. And 3 of the 5 stocks are electric vehicle company, including Neo, BYD, and Li Auto. So it's I mean, it's not hard to tell. Like nowadays, the trend, like the popping trend, with the stronger momentum will be focusing on the electric vehicle. For those not, I mean, in the US, obviously it's Tesla, but in China we can see like Neo, BYD, and Li Auto. Okay, but today we are gonna like keep. I mean, we're gonna finish the part we couldn't finish last time with some like focus on the internet stock, the data centric stocks. Okay, some of the tickers we couldn't cover all. So this ticker, if you can see, I just I mean, as shown in the live stream last time, I just created a tag for a category to include most of the major Chinese internet stock here. As you can see, the ticker to the left hand side of my trading system. Okay, you can see Alibaba, Baidu, Bilibili, Dada, Nexus, JD.com, Joy, KE Holding, NetEase, Pinduoduo, Tencent Holding, Trip.com, Tencent Music, and VIP Shop. Okay, so I think like a lot of you may not have much idea about like what these companies are actually doing, although maybe we have like some like basic understanding of like what's Alibaba, like that's the Chinese version of Amazon, and what's Baidu, that's the Chinese version of Google, and the yeah, but there are some other tickers like Pinduoduo and VIP Shop. They are also and also like JD.com. They're also running like similar business with like Alibaba, something like the e-commerce business, but they just focus in different category. Alibaba is basically covering the entire e-commerce world, while JD.com is the major competitor for Alibaba in the China market and for e-commerce. And Pinduoduo focus more on the like the cheap product segment for those like discount product, and VIP shop focus more on those like discount luxurious goods. Okay, and like NetEase, NTES, and the Sohu we just mentioned earlier. These are the two major companies for online gaming. Okay, well, Tencent is like a Chinese version of like WhatsApp. They have the mobile app called like WeChat, which is just got banned by Donald Trump like in the end of last year in the US market. Okay. So before we check into some of the price chart, the technical chart of these company, let's just have a very quick review to see what's exactly the series, the flow of China crackdown in past half a year. Okay, we have some. Okay, I actually for the tickers I'm showing here right now, I'm kind of doing a rebalancing to allocate like part of my holding in the US blue chip stocks. I mean a big part of that, over like 30% of my US stocks holding into these stocks. And the reason why is that? Because I'm not like you know, once again I'm like political neutral. Okay, so this channel is, you know, it's just like totally political neutral. We simply want to try to find some profit taking opportunity to make some money by financial trading and investment. Okay, so and this is totally based on the research I got in recent weeks. I mean the research from the information online, from those public information, as well as a lot of the survey and the conversation I had with some of those connections from my previous job and work in Hong Kong, in New York, from those like asset managers in hedge fund and the private equity funds. Okay, so okay, let's focus on yeah. So to the question, I mean for like 70-80% of the ticker I'm showing here, I'm like I'm buying, but just with different amounts. And I'm trying, as mentioned earlier, for portfolio management. I just for example here, if I were to move $1 million US to include most of the tickers here in this category, I would probably choose like 10 tickers to buy and have a even portion for each of the 10. Okay, I mean the even amounts, the even value instead of the number of share. Okay, for example, if I use like $1 million, so I probably use like 100,000 for each of the major ticker I will buy from here. Okay, this is for portfolio management and risk control purpose. This way you don't, I mean, focus too much, and you don't got like trapped by any specific risk from any specific stock here. Okay, so you have a more averaged, more like a smoother return of profit with this portfolio. Okay. what do you think of educational stocks? Yeah, that's also like covered because we know like in the series let me just like brief the crackdown in the past like half a year. Okay, so in the end of last year, in the end of 2020, China suspended the Ant Group IPO. Ant Group was the the cash flow affiliate of Alibaba, and it was going to have an IPO in the end of last year in Hong Kong exchange, but it was suspended by China government. And in this April, China fined Alibaba for $2.8 billion. $2.8 billion. Can you imagine? That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's how. I mean, these two big news just like make the start of the of the series pullback and the crash in the past half a year. Okay, the 2.8 billion fine for anti-competitive actions. And in this June, China imposed cybersecurity probes right after DD IPO in Nasdaq exchange, and then they extend the cybersecurity probes into many internet and data-centric companies listing overseas. So a lot of the tech companies just got just suffer, just got impacted further again in this June, in the past June. And in July, as just mentioned in the question here, education, right? Further crackdowns were launched on education companies, for those like a for-profit education company. Chinese government were trying to set a lot of restriction to make those for-profit, make education company non-profit, okay? And on this month, August 3rd, the Chinese state media just criticized online gaming industry as spiritual opium for adolescents. They don't like adolescent, just the grown men to like keep wasting time in video game. Okay, and on August 10th, China issued a new 5-year plan with greater regulation to businesses and the economy, triggering further drops on Chinese stock. Okay, that's just what happened in the past half a year to cause the series crackdown. But the point, the major point, the major logic, the reasoning I had in last Friday in the live stream was that, do you think like all the crackdowns have been made like just without just randomly, or all the crackdown just like have been well planned as a top-notch sophisticated scheme or plot, or you can call that collusion or conspiracy, if you are a conspiracy theorist, okay? Because since like 2018, we have like a US-China the dispute started from the US-China trade war, and then we have like US-China tech war, and then we have a lot of like political war, and the right now this is obviously a financial war between US and China. Because in the end of last year, the Trump administration just tried to crack down and make sanctions for those like Chinese companies listed in the US market, and but this might be something China government is cooperating with all these giant corporate insiders to have a retaliation maybe. And because what I have known is that a lot of the international institutional investors, including Cathie Wu, the US stock queen, just had a stop loss and dumped these Chinese stock in the past 2 weeks, while a lot of like Chinese owned asset manager, including those hedge fund, private equity firms, and mutual funds keep like buying in to like, you know, buying the dip along the way in the past couple months, especially in recent weeks, you know, when the market like, you know, having further dip down below the support, the recent support. And we're gonna take a look. Let's take a look right here. No, I'm not a hedge fund manager. Because as mentioned, if you watch my previous video and live stream, I used to be in financial market as a sales and trader for institutional investors. What sales and trader do, it's just like a job with like a function in both sales and trader. It's you know, it's not like a prop trader. Prop trader just use the their own money or the company money to trade with their own strategy. But sales trader is actually a broker, but sales trader do brokerage for institutional investors. Institutional investors, right? There, the market we have the difference between institutional investors and retail investor, and the agent, the broker agent, the stock agent, stock broker, the sales just deal with those retail investors, and sales traders just work for those institutional investors to trade, and they will have a different strategy. They will have a different technology or structures in different market, etc. Okay, so a lot of time I just got a chance to talk to those fund managers from hedge fund and private equity funds, but I was kind of like the sales. I was providing the service to them instead of the you know, managing the fund. Yeah, there's the Great Gate B, the Great Gates B. All these Chinese stock drop exactly the same way, because I mean, you can see the category I'm covering today is mainly for a Chinese Internet of Things stocks. So you know, the pattern they have been doing is almost the same direction. And we're gonna see some like facts. We're gonna see some facts from this, but so let's have a quick. Last time we talked about Alibaba, and the and obviously it's still like keep like dropping right now, because like what's the bad news like further again, like today all the Asian market just suffer, just like crying all over, including the Japanese market, Korean market, Taiwan market, and Hong Kong market, like China market, like every Asian market just dropped, just crashed further today because of the poor, the disappointing China economic data. Okay, because the poor manufacturing data, the poor consumption data just got announced in China today, implying the weaker outlook for this quarter and next quarter. Okay, so but it doesn't affect much for if we do for our mid to long-term trade investment. Okay, so yeah, before going into more detail, please check into the ticker, and I will be right back. Right. Sorry for waiting. Yeah, so let's skip like Alibaba and the and I mean, but just like for simple put, because as you can see the price right now, the US stock market just opened right now, and the open price is below the previous support. So in this case, I mean am I gonna like just like stop loss for all my position? I mean as mentioned earlier, for short-term trading position, yes, the answer is yes. Once it close down below the support I said beforehand, I will do the stop loss. But for mid to long-term investment, I will wait for 3 more days to, if I see like three candlestick, three close price in a row down below the support, I will do the stop loss. But it's not necessary, but it's a general, it's just a general idea, because if we talk like later on, if we look into some of the let me see, if we use different, like for example, when we use like different strategy for like Bilibili is the things like, because you can see because the nature, the business model and the profile of this stock, you can see the volatility of Bilibili is much stronger than the other stocks in the past in the past half a year. So I would just have like a few more buffer for to make the strategy for trading this stock. So I would use like the price level at like 79 and 69 and 59 and 49, to set like 4 price level to, and when the price like dip down below each price level, I will average down to flatten, which to adding more position to average down the original position. Okay. So I wouldn't go like too much. I wouldn't buy too much for the like few days ago or for the price right now, because yeah, it's more, for this type of stock, the volatility is higher, so it has more irrational momentum to pull the price like harder in a short run. So I will have the buffer in this way. Okay, and but that's that's really based on as you can see, even though the pattern of like this stock looks quite similar, but the volatility is still kind of different, right? And for Bilibili, if we when we take a look, you can see like the current price for Bilibili is about like $66, and the according to like tiprank.com, the very user-friendly investment research site, and it's for free, so everyone can check it in that. The 12 months like upside potential is $175. Okay, and almost, it's like obviously every rating here are for buy, and the current price is $66, and the downside potential, the lowest forecast in 12 months is 110. Even the lowest forecast in 12 months is much higher than the current price. It's almost a double the size of the current price. So what's the point not to buy? What's the reason not to buy? Okay, it feels like you it feels like you are paying like a $50 for like $100 bill. You are paying $50 for $100 bill. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? That's just the thing, because just because of the recent crackdown and just trigger a lot of the series of selling pressure from a lot of the institutional investor, and they just have to sell. I mean, because of their strategy, because the price already reached their stop loss level, so they just have to sell. And it's something like the short squeeze, right? It's something like a short squeeze. If the price just like just like jump up like too quick, a lot of the short selling position have to cover. It's the same for those like a long position investor right here. Okay, so but I mean, just because of the crazy sharp drop and crash for BILI and some of the major stocks here, just because of the crazy sharp drop, as retail investors, we're gonna scare the shit out. But calm down, please. Calm down, please. This is actually for all the crashes and the terrible like correction. This is exactly the good timing for us to nibble, to buy step by step, to pick the chip, to buy the dips with great discount right now. Okay, so I mean for for all the stocks, it really depends on your strategy, your conviction, your belief. You can set like 2 price level for like a stop loss, or 3 to 4 price level for stop loss, and buy in at each of the price level to average down to flatten if the price like going down. But I just don't believe. I mean, for example, BILI, I just don't believe the price will just like keep dropping all the way, down through the previous consolidation level. You can see there is a consolidation level right here. There's a consolidation level right here, and the low is around like 38, 39. I don't think in worst case the price will drop down below the bottom of the consolidation level here, which is at about like 38, 39. Okay, that's the thing. That's by a very easy, simple technical analysis for BILI. But we can definitely have more detailed analysis for more detailed strategy. Okay, so let's see if we have some more here. Okay, why do you think Amazon is a better buy than Apple? Okay, that's a question for I just mentioned in the previous live stream, but we just cover real quick today, but because it's not really relevant to our topic today, because Amazon has a bigger the business the competitive advantage and like a business mode compared to Apple, because in the past like decades, Amazon has been in renovation like year after year. Like as you can know, like the CEO of like Amazon still like keep making a lot of effort and like breakthrough, making the business into so many different fields, including like space, like AI, the cloud computation and all that. But Apple, the innovation and the growth of Apple is somehow stagnant in recent years, while and Apple is facing increasing competition from the major competitors like Samsung, Xiaomi and Huawei in recent years. So market competition and the market the penetration rate in both US market and global market is an issue for Apple as well. Okay, so innovation, the slowing down innovation is also another issue for Apple. I mean, I'm not saying Apple is not a good company, but I'm just saying, like, in comparison, for like FANG, FANG, I was buying for on Apple and Amazon and Google only, right? Because it was like, so please, I mean, I have another short video just in past 2 weeks, and also a live stream, so if you have time, please also check into that. Thanks a lot. And who the hell is Bilibili? Yeah, Bilibili. Yeah, I think like most of American don't really know about Bilibili. Bilibili, the name is kind of weird, it's kind of funny, right? But Bilibili is like Sohu. It's an online gaming company. It's one of the two major online gaming tech company in China. Okay, so 14 ever, you say every stock of you is reaching your stop loss. So what's the stock you are having right now? I'm pretty interesting. Please, yeah, let me know just in the chat room here about what's your stock holding and your strategy, and what's your trading idea, so we can discuss further. Thanks. And that's talent right there, Bilibili. Yeah. And yeah, someone is asking about AVTI and NTDY. So in China, government regulates big tech to ensure the rule of the CCP is absolute. Yeah, lender core. Yeah, as you know, I mean, as everyone know, like the political system is totally different in China, right? It's not like a capitalist. It's not like, you know, the freedom people can have is somehow limited, right? So so we call that like I mean, authoritarian, right? The Chinese government have the absolute power to manage and control a lot of things, and so it really depends on the what's the aspect you consider about the things. The China government is, I thinking they are doing good to the entire society, to Chinese people. They're trying to improve the what's so-called like a common prosperity. You have a better social system and better economic growth, to be stronger, stabler, and more long-lasting. But for most of people from the capitalist world, right? As American, we think that this is not good. I mean, the government cannot like cannot kill the freedom of business, cannot kill the freedom of investors and traders, right? So it really depends. I mean, but I think seriously, in my 2 cents, okay, it's for a lot of the Wall Street gurus, like the Bridgewater CEO and like Cathie Wu and Warren Buffett and most of these like Wall Street guru, I believe like every one of them have a political view, but I mean, in terms of like trading investment, I think they try to be more rational, to be more like a political, like neutral, I guess. Otherwise, it's I mean, political, I mean, mindset always like drive people crazy, right? We will become like so irrational, but there's no point to be irrational with our money, right? Buying Chinese stock is like buying Detroit real estate, cheap for a reason. Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's really great discount. As I mean, I'm like showing all the tickers here, and later on you can always check it out. It's like at least like 30 to 50% like, I mean, off from the previous high a half a year ago, or some of them even like have like 60% off. Can you imagine like Google or Amazon have like a 30 to 50% off, right? And that's the thing. I'm not saying like every Chinese stock is like worth buying, it's worth going after, but these are the major internet company, internet tech giant in China. So like after, I mean, you simply do a little bit like a research. You don't need to like drill into a lot of articles. You just use a whatever trading system, Weibo, interactive broker, you know, a first trade, or you know, TD Ameritrade, whatever. You can just you know, like we have here, you can just check into the profile. You can see what's the business model, what's the background, and you can also have some information about the order flow, and what's the analyst rating, and also the financial and some of the, you know, ongoing news for these for these stock. And then you will find out these stock, I'm not, maybe not like 100%, but probably like 90% of them are just too big to fall, too big to fail. And so, I mean, by the information we get from the public available information, it's just so obvious, like no one is rating to sell. I mean, even though the market has been selling, but you know, like as you can see, like by 32 analysts rating, almost 90% of the rating is for buying, and almost no one is rating to sell, right? And this is kind of the same thing for all the stocks listed here. And okay, that's for the information available in public. And for information I want to share, what I heard from the connection, once again, in Hong Kong, those like hedge fund manager, you know, a lot of like Chinese owned hedge funds and the private equity funds have been buying the dips, while I mean, but that they're not buying dips for all the Chinese company. A lot, of course, if it's really a, you know, very exquisite, high, like top-notch plot, collusion, or like conspiracy, whatever you call it, of course it's gonna be really complex. It's gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be massive, right? That's the projects are gonna be massive to include the entire economy and all the companies from the top giant to those like you know, like the private sectors, the small company. And as we know that, like in the past like few years in US stock market, we see a lot of the shady Chinese company listed in the US market, but that might be just kind of a illusion, you know, that might be just an illusion to okay, let's just make a guess. Like once again, if you know, the China government, what if like China government has just started the planning for the, you know, for the cropping, you know, for cropping all the global institutional investor this year. I mean, since like 2008, when they like open the China financial economy system much wider and much harder in 2018. It's been like 3 years. So what if they have been planning this game for years, and Alibaba was like listed in the US stock market in 2015? So right, if it's really an exquisite game, it's right, it's not gonna be easy, right? It has to be well planned and well planned beforehand for a long time, you know, to get all the investors to put their money in. And then when the price go up and up and up, and this investor will put more and more and more capitals into these stocks and Chinese stocks, okay? And then they will just, you know, I mean, just because of the, it's the right times for the US-China disputes to trigger the US-China financial war. So the Chinese government just got a chance, the good timing to operate, to collude with all these corporate insiders to making the massive series crash in the sell-off. And but the price cannot drop only 10 to 20%, because that's not hard enough to kill those global institutional investors. That has to be, I mean, really bad. That has to be a crash and pull back to, you know, to down, I mean, all the way down, like, you know, just over like, you know, 30-50% or even more, to kick out someone they were planning to kick out. Okay, and then when the time comes, I mean, the price will just come back up. I mean, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Okay, so believe it or not, okay, this channel, I mean, once again, is for entertaining, educational, and informational purpose, right? Okay, so I mean, that's just the same thing like we have, like, you know, in a lot of markets in the past couple decades, over and over again. What if it's totally the same thing in 2008? What if it's totally the same thing just in 2000, or earlier, in the decades ago, in all the financial crisis? Okay, yeah, that's just the things we most of the time we won't have enough proof and information to, we won't have enough facts and information to prove. But just imagine, just make your, I mean, okay, just have your imagination and have your fantasy, right? We see a lot of the movie, right? The crazy financial movie, like Wall Street Wolf and like Big Short and all that. So these are just the thing, okay? So sorry about, like, you know, just talking too much on, like, any thoughts on AMD at this level? Actually, I mean, I also mentioned about, like, Intel and the AMD in the previous live stream. Like, I would say, like, Intel and AMD are they're competing each other, and I don't think these two stocks are something I would pay attention to in the near future. Let's see real quick. You can see the price chart for, like, Intel. It's pretty. It's in a, like, it's in a wild range consolidation in the past 1 to 2 years. Obviously, we can see there is a change. There's a sweep in the market share between Intel and AMD, but this is probably gonna be involving a lot Okay, so you can see the price just like for AMD just like surge in late July. And I mean, if you check into the previous live stream, you know, when the price surged above like 110, 120, I was saying I would probably just be an observer for the stock, because this just like involve like too much things, and I don't think AMD and Intel are good for short-term for trading investment. Okay, maybe if I really want to do, I mean, putting some money for like a chip stocks, like, I mean, I will put a little bit for these two, both of these two, for long-term investment. But in the short run, it's like too much noise. It's too much noise and too much uncertainty between these two companies. And the unless I'm a, you know, I'm an expert, I'm an analyst with more focus in this like the chip field. Otherwise, by my 2 cents, by my, you know, like superficial like you know, knowledge, I think I will be away from AMD and Intel in the short run. Okay, yeah. So someone is asking about like AMC, like you know, CLOV again. Yeah, so these are the meme stock and the okay, AMC. So like, let's have a quick look to see what's going on for AMC right now. Okay, so this is the price chart we just drawn from the previous like the support, the resistance support. So right now it's obviously just came back up, like the price is right. The price just came back up above the previous support here. So right now for like a short-term swing trade, I'm not holding any AMC, to be honest. So like, but for short-term swing trade, if you ask me, if you give me like 10,000, I just have to do AMC, like what like, you know, like long or short, like which direction I'm going, I will go long, I mean, for the next 2 days. Okay, because by the technical analysis, by the pattern, it looks like the it's just a double, it just have a double bottoming pattern with a double shaped rebound in the short run. And yeah, the next resistance will probably around like, I mean, for short-term trading, I will just set up you know, the profit take at about like 39, not even 40, because the reason, because you can see anything for this type of stocks, like anything can make it up and down, right? So this is the horizontal line is drawn based on the previous low here and here, and also like 39, like 40 is an integral, and a lot of time for a lot of assets, the integral price level is usually have a stronger usually have like stronger pressure, okay, selling pressure or buying momentum. Okay, so yeah, CLOV, someone is asking about CLOV, like this stock, I mean, like we talked about like CLOV like last month or 2 months ago, when the price just surged, and then unfortunately, I mean, at the beginning, I made a lot in the first week, in the first few days of the I mean, after CLOV became a meme stock, had a crazy surge, and then but I lost like most of the profit from there, from CLOVs, and then I'm kind of like I just you know, I'm not a, I have to admit that I'm not I'm not a wise gambler, so I don't know how to make money from this type of stock. You know, by the chart of CLOV, like, you know. So who is asking the question? Okay, let's see. Asking. AMC shareholder, yeah. So AMC shareholder, we see you in many places. Whenever the meme stock exists, we can see your name. So you have like AMC, you have like CLOV. So yeah, why don't you share some strategy and the holding you having? I mean, for these meme stock, what's your strategy and what's your trading investment for these meme stocks? Like, yeah, I'm really curious. Because I mean, this is this type of stock is just like a, you know, really bad boys type. You know, they just make you happy one night, and another day just, you know, make you crying. You know, so I mean, yeah, this type of stock is just for temporary hyper, for temporary, you know, just excitement, I think, instead of for like a long-term fortune. Okay, so the AMC VWAP food scam, Robinhood scam. So obviously it looks like the market is still doing what Apple does. MEE on the brink of the huge collapse. PME on the brink of the huge. AMD. MRNA about to hit highs. PLWW making triple bottom on 4 chart. MRNA go to Mars. MRNA. Okay. Moderna. So yeah, Moderna. Actually, I'm you know, this day, I mean, sorry, I was not prepared that much to talk about all these like meme stocks, about all these like popularly trading US stock. I understand that Moderna, you know, the biotech stock is you know, just because of the COVID-19, because of the issue of the vaccine, the prices I pull back in the in recent days. But you know, just and also thanks to COVID-19, the price is being like going up like in surge, right? And I haven't like spent much time to research into like Moderna and some of the tickers just mentioned here. So as always, like later on, I mean, sorry if I cannot cover all the stocks here, because I mean our time is limited, right? So these days, as mentioned, I mean in recent days, in recent weeks, you know, this is according to my beloved research team. As a research friend, my beloved research beloved analyst friend from their research team, they have been telling me, I've been hearing a lot, those like Chinese stocks are bottoming. So I just, you know, I just kind of like you know, switch my focus there without putting too much focus in this stock. Just you know, and just ask a lot here in today's live stream. But later on, if I have time, I will definitely spend some time to look into that and you know, and find out if I can answer all the questions here just you know, asked today. So, but yeah, anyway, thanks a lot, thanks for all the questions. But seriously, I mean, the topic today, as you can see, the topic and the name we put on the cover, I put on the cover, right? Well, it's like Chinese stock bottoming after crackdown, right? Cathie Wu cropped, right? And good dips to buy, right? So I'm also like curious. I mean, if you are not interested in the topic, I paused at the title. If you are not interested in title here, why would you come in like in chat about some like irrelevant tickers, I mean, to the topics I was going to talk. So, but still, I mean, I still appreciate all the question, okay? VRPX and SESN, okay. EDU is closing to CLOV, GRWG. Yeah, obviously, yeah, I can see like maybe you know, just I know a lot of American investors don't just hate like listening to Chinese, right? Hate listening to Chinese, even it's a Chinese stock, okay? Even it's you know, money, you know made from the Chinese concept things, okay? I guess I you know, but come on, man, it's I mean, yeah, seriously, I was really trying to share some like, you know, the good profit taking opportunity, and that's also based on, you know, my beloved analyst friend from those analysts, you know, marketing team, you know, so that's why I try to I just spend more time to do the analysis here. But the time is short again, you know, sorry to be too talkative and, you know, to just you know, I probably, you know, because I just haven't got a chance to finish the thing I was going to express. So probably this Friday I will keep like spending some time to finish the thing I was going to share, because I really hope to share some profit taking opportunity, okay, instead of the, you know, the hatred or bias and all the bullshit, okay? So, you know, so yeah, so yeah, please, I mean please leave all of your thoughts and comments. I will try my best to answer all that in the comment in the description box down below. And once again, it's August 17th, and let's see, before we end up, like, let's see what's going on for US stock. It seems that, like, you know, US stock market is going fine today. Okay, we can see like S&P 500 is down for about like 0.6%. Dow Jones Industrial is down for about 0.65%, while Nasdaq is down for almost 1%. Okay, it's a little bit pullback from the record high level. Okay, so yeah, please, I love all the audience and all the questions, but if it's possible, please let's discuss in more like a sensible or relevant way, right? Instead of I'm talking to the east and you're listening to the west, right? Okay, so okay, so thanks for your time, and you know, thanks for your love, thanks for everyone, and yeah, we will have more in the next one. Peace.